Can an anonymous internet troll become the founder of a massive and dangerous social movement whose followers attack random people because they believe they're involved in cannibalistic rituals? A movement so radical that its members stormed the United States Capitol, believing they were fighting against pure evil. That is the essence of QAnon, a conspiracy theory believed by millions across the world. America has always been fertile ground for conspiracy theories and cults. In 2017, a user on the anonymous forum 4chan under the name Q Clearance Patriot began posting mysterious messages in a thread titled, "The Calm Before the Storm." He claimed to be a high-level government insider with close ties to then-President Donald Trump. The Q clearance in his name implied access to top-secret documents. Through this alleged access, Q supposedly had insight into secret government plans and covert battles between good and evil. According to Q's messages, an elite and powerful group of influential people, primarily from the Democratic Party, controls the world from behind the scenes. This so-called deep state or cabal is accused of horrifying acts, manipulating the public, keeping people in poverty, and most shockingly, abusing and even consuming children. Due to platform regulations, we'll refer to such individuals using the code PDF files. Q's followers believe these elites are involved in trafficking and ritualistic practices involving children. He claimed they extract a substance from the blood of tortured children, known as adrenochrome, which they use as a drug and a supposed elixir of youth. Millions believe this, despite its origins in complete fiction. To understand the movement's appeal, it's important to grasp the basics of American politics. The U.S. has two dominant parties, Republicans and Democrats. Republicans typically uphold conservative values, are deeply religious, support gun rights, oppose abortion, and believe in minimal government intervention. Many feel disconnected from modern society. Democrats, by contrast, support social programs, gender equality, and gun control. Among them are both progressive thinkers and eccentric individuals. QAnon's followers are overwhelmingly conservative Republicans. They believe their primary enemy is the leadership of the Democratic Party, with Hillary Clinton being a frequent target. Conspiracy theories often arise from a sense of powerlessness and fear of the unknown. For many, they provide structure and comfort in a chaotic world. From 2017 to early 2021, Q posted hundreds of cryptic messages known as drops. Some were specific, like predicting Clinton's arrest, while most were vague, like "it will be hot in August." Followers interpreted them however they wanted, much like reading horoscopes. The more ambiguous the message, the more ways it could be understood. Online culture had long featured anonymous users pretending to be intelligence agents. What made Q different was his perfect timing. He appeared when people were desperate to believe in a greater purpose. Though most of his predictions never came true, the few that seemed to align with real events were cited endlessly as proof. This selective confirmation built a cult-like belief system. Followers view themselves as warriors of light, holding secret knowledge, fighting alongside Trump against global evil. This belief transforms an ordinary truck driver from Texas into a hero whose actions, in their eyes, determine the fate of the world. Their motto is, "Where we go one, we go all," a phrase seen on bumper stickers and shouted at rallies. QAnon evolved into a political force. Entire networks of websites, podcasts, and YouTube channels are dedicated to interpreting Q's posts. Believers accuse celebrities and political figures of consuming adrenochrome. Photos of tired or poorly lit celebrities are cited as proof of withdrawal. Despite adrenochrome being a real compound, easily synthesized in labs and legally sold, it has no euphoric or anti-aging properties. Scientists have studied it extensively, with no evidence supporting the conspiracy. Interestingly, Q never once mentioned adrenochrome. It was added later by followers. The theory's predecessor was Pizzagate, born in 2016 after leaked emails from John Podesta, Hillary Clinton's campaign manager, mentioned cheese pizza. Conspiracists claimed it was code for child exploitation. A Washington, D.C. pizzeria called Comet Ping Pong became the center of the theory. Employees received threats, and in 2016, a man armed with a rifle entered the restaurant, fired shots, and demanded access to the imaginary basement. There was no basement. He surrendered, realizing he'd been misled. Unlike flat Earth believers, QAnon followers often resort to violence. In 2018, a man in Arizona blocked a major dam road with a truck filled with weapons, demanding the arrest of elites. He was sentenced to prison for terrorism. Another man murdered a mafia boss, believing he was protecting Trump from the deep state. Others vandalized churches, attempted kidnappings, and committed assaults based on their QAnon beliefs. The culmination came in January 2021, when Trump supporters stormed the U.S. Capitol, attempting to overturn election results. Among them were many QAnon believers. Trump himself had repeatedly hinted at support for the theory, posting cryptic tweets and avoiding direct denials. When asked if he knew his supporters believed he was fighting satanic elites, he replied, "Is that a bad thing?" Many suspect Q's identity was never tied to government insiders. The most likely candidate is Jim Watkins, owner of the 8kun Forum, formerly 8chan, where Q last posted. Some believe Q was originally someone else, but that Watkins, or someone close to him, took over the identity to boost traffic and influence. Investigations and documentaries such as HBO's series on QAnon explored these theories, but Q's identity remains unconfirmed. Trump's ambiguous stance on QAnon is likely political. By neither confirming nor denying it, he retains the support of both fringe believers and mainstream voters. A direct endorsement would alienate the latter, while outright rejection could cost him the loyalty of the former. Conspiracy theories are not new. The oldest known one is the blood libel against Jewish communities, the false accusation that Jews kidnapped and sacrificed Christian children. These claims were used throughout history to justify violence and persecution. The QAnon narrative mirrors this template, a hidden evil group threatening innocent children. Some QAnon believers are also deeply anti-Semitic, though not all. A common tactic they use is to tell skeptics to do your own research, urging them to search online, watch videos, and draw their own conclusions. The problem is, most people lack training in critical thinking and research methods. They end up consuming biased, conspiratorial content and mistake exposure for investigation. Even when confronted with counter-evidence, QAnon believers claim the research was done incorrectly. They dismiss opposing views and embrace only those that reinforce their beliefs. This makes dialogue nearly impossible. Due to the spread of harmful misinformation and incitement of violence, QAnon content has been banned from platforms like YouTube, Instagram, and Reddit. Conspiracy theorists see this as proof of censorship by the very elites they oppose. But it raises a valid question. Where is the line between free speech and dangerous misinformation? While expressing unpopular opinions is a right, spreading false accusations and inciting violence is not. Accusing someone of unspeakable crimes without evidence is defamation, and that's a crime. Social media platforms remove such content not to silence truth, but to protect users from harm. So the question remains, should governments regulate conspiracy theories, or should people be free to share whatever they want? It's a difficult issue with no simple answer, but history shows that unchecked conspiracy theories often lead not just to confusion, but to real-world harm. Thanks for watching this video until the end. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hope to see you again soon.